And here we go. New learning starts this week. So we have two lessons today. Going to review two things. No, I take that back. We're reviewing one thing, then we're going to do the new stuff. The first little video is we are reviewing trigonometric ratios, how to find the missing side of a right triangle if you know one side. Now, if you recall, we know three things from just before we left, before the coronavirus took us out of school. We've got the sine of an angle is the ratio of the opposite leg over the hypotenuse. The cosine is the ratio of the adjacent leg over the hypotenuse. And the tangent is the ratio of the opposite leg over the adjacent leg. All right. For me, I'll be honest, I need to keep this out in front of me because I don't have these memorized as much as I should, or as good as I should. So the way we did this, using the ratios to find the missing legs, here's a triangle, and we know that angle A is 41 degrees. We know that one side is 6.1, but we don't know the other two sides. We want to find side AB, which is this one here. Looking at your triangle, you realize that the hypotenuse is the longer one. This here is AB. We want to find this. If we know this angle 41, the ratio then is going to be, let's see, we got over here is opposite of 41. We want to find the one that's next to 41 or adjacent to 41. Opposite over adjacent is tangent. So I want to find, using my calculator, I want to find the tangent of 41, writing that ratio. Now listen carefully right now. Don't just get the calculator and start pushing numbers. You have to write the ratio. Okay, now I can't walk around the room and look over your shoulder and point and say, write the ratio. You have to do it on your own. You're going to get confused if you don't. You will learn it much better by writing the ratios. So this ratio is tangent of 41 over opposite over adjacent. Fill in what you want, what you know. Tangent of A is tan 41 is 6.1 over AB. You then can get rewrite the ratio, and that will be AB. When you multiply both sides and isolate AB, it will be 6.1 divided by tan 41. Use your graphing calculator, and you'll end up with 7.02. Now here's a question. You need to have a graphing calculator. Remember these? Some of you have one of these. Your brother or sister might have one of those. You will need a graphing calculator. If you do not have one, just go to Google. I just went to Google and I Googled. You Google online calculator and it comes up. The first thing it comes up is, where'd it go? Oh no, I had it right there. I had online calculator. I'm going to pause for a second and find it. Just bear with me. It is, I found it. Online calculator, and this is what comes up. Now look, there's one big thing you need to do first. Looking at this calculator, the default mode, it has radian lit up. We don't want radian mode. Put it to degree, and then we're ready to roll. So I forgot what that last one was. So what we have is, let's see if it works. We wanted the tan 41 is 6.1 over AB. Okay, so if I go 6.1 divided by tan 41, I'll go to my calculator. Is it still there? There it is. What was that? I forgot already. 6.1. It was 6.1 divided by tan. I already forgot what the number was. 41, was it? 7.017. Is that correct? Rounded to 7.02. So you may use that calculator if you need to. So this is the first part, is reviewing how to do this. The second example, there's our triangle, right triangle. We have an angle of 20 degrees. We're trying to find MP. From angle of 20, that is opposite. The side we know is the hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse, I go over here to make sure that is the sine. So sine of angle 20 is the ratio of the missing value x, if you choose, over 8.7. And that looks like that. That's what you need to write down. Write the ratio down. Then you may use your calculator and find the measurement of 2.98. So that's what we did before we left break, and you guys were pretty excited about being able to do that before we were called out of school. So I want to practice that a little bit more today, and we're going to move on. Our next lesson will be a little bit more complicated, finding the missing angle. So your first lesson assignment, this is kind of the first assignment to make sure you understand it, is page 530, questions 37 to 42. It's these 6 right here, finding the missing side. If you don't want to get your book, get your camera out and take a picture of this, or just pause it so you can look at me, whatever you want to do. But that is the first lesson, and then then we'll go after that. We'll do lesson 8.3, which should be next on your Canvas board. That's your first lesson. Thank you. See you soon.